you're guilty of hitting play on Friends for the 10th, okay, 20th time, this is your video. It's been a long day. Your brain feels fried. You scroll endlessly, skip past brand new shows, and somehow land right back on that episode. The one you already know line by line. And the second it starts, something inside you relaxes. Admit it, that comfort episode hits different. But why do we do this? Why, when there are thousands of options, do you keep choosing the same show, the same movie, the same familiar story? Is it laziness, boredom, a lack of imagination? Not even close. Because here's the surprising science. Rewatching isn't a bad habit. It's your brain doing something incredibly smart. And once you understand what's happening psychologically, you'll never feel weird about it again. Let's start with the obvious feeling. Comfort. When you rewatch something familiar, your brain already knows what's coming. No surprises. No emotional ambushes. No sudden plot twists that hijack your nervous system. Psychologists call this predictability-based emotional regulation. Basically, your mind choosing safety over chaos. Think of it like a favorite hoodie. You don't wear it because it's exciting. You wear it because it feels right. Shows like Friends or The Office act the same way. You already know the jokes land. You know the conflicts resolve. You know nobody you love is about to disappear unexpectedly. That predictability tells your brain, you're safe here. And nostalgia plays a role too. Rewatching often pulls you back to a specific time. College nights, childhood afternoons, rainy weekends on the couch. Your brain doesn't just replay the show. It replays the emotional state you were in back then. Comfort isn't weakness, it's emotional intelligence. Here's where the chemistry kicks in. New shows demand effort, attention, decision-making, emotional risk. But rewatching? That's low effort, high reward. Your brain already knows it enjoys this content, so it releases dopamine faster and more reliably. It's like listening to your favorite song instead of gambling on a new playlist. When stress is high, your brain craves certainty. Familiar shows reduce cognitive load, which means your mind doesn't have to work overtime tracking new characters, plots, or emotional cues. That's why comfort shows feel especially irresistible after a hard day. Ever notice how rewatching happens most during burnout, sadness, or exhaustion? That's not coincidence, it's self-regulation. Your brain is basically saying, I don't need excitement, I need relief. And honestly, that's a healthy response. People who rewatch tend to share some fascinating traits. Many score higher in introversion, emotional depth, or high sensitivity. That doesn't mean shy, it means your nervous system processes the world more intensely. New content can feel overstimulating. Familiar content feels balanced. Rewatchers also tend to be more reflective. You don't just watch, you notice subtleties. On the second or third viewing, you catch facial expressions, foreshadowing, emotional layers you missed before. And there's comfort in control. When life feels unpredictable, rewatching is one small corner of the world where nothing goes wrong unexpectedly. This isn't avoidance, it's calibration. Some people chase novelty to feel alive. Others return to meaning. Rewatchers fall into the second group, and that's not lesser, it's deeper. Here's something wild. Rewatching helps reinforce who you are. Psychologically, familiar stories become part of your identity. They shape your humor, your values, your emotional language. That's why quoting The Office feels like second nature. Those characters feel like old friends because, in a way, they are. Rewatching strengthens memory pathways tied to positive emotions. Your brain links that show with stability, belonging, and consistency. It becomes an emotional anchor. That's why childhood movies hit hardest. Watching them as an adult isn't about the plot, it's about reconnecting with a version of yourself that felt safe, curious, and hopeful. In uncertain times, identity matters. Rewatching reminds your brain, this is who I am. This is what feels like home. That's not regression, that's grounding. Let's flip the narrative. Rewatching isn't laziness. It's efficient emotional regulation. It's choosing peace over overload, depth over noise, meaning over constant stimulation. In a world obsessed with newness, rewatchers understand something rare. Joy doesn't always come from novelty. It comes from resonance. You know what works for you. You don't chase trends just to keep up. You return to what aligns. That's self-awareness. And ironically, people who allow themselves comfort are often more creative, more emotionally stable, and better at handling stress long-term. So the next time someone asks, "You're watching that again?" Smile. Because your brain isn't stuck. It's smart.